I don't often do much reading, but after seeing the trailer, the SDCC trailer for Ready Player One, I just had to get this book. Like literally the next day, went to Waterstones and bought it. And boy, am I glad I bought it. It was such a wicked, enjoyable book. I wish I read more novels. Well, I just wish I read more novels because I don't often read them. Unfortunately, most of my reading is done by comic books. I should definitely buy more books, but Ready Player One by Ernest Cline is phenomenal. Especially if you're a geek, you'll get all the geek references and whatnot. There's just loads of stuff in there that is going to be extremely familiar. There's conversations in there that you probably had with your geek friends before. It is just an out and out there, just great world building, great book, and it is absolutely fun times. Like seriously, you should head down to your bookshop and get it before the film comes out, because I think it's going to be a case of the film's going to be quite different, and I think you probably want to experience the original first before seeing the movie version, which I think is going to be quite a different experience. So Ready Player One is the story of Wade Watts, who's a young adolescent male who lives in what's called the Stacks in Oklahoma. Essentially it's just trailers in the trailer parks stacked on top of one another. So he's kind of from, well, his parents aren't alive, like his aunt doesn't really take care of him that well. He's pretty poor. The world is a pretty crappy place as well, economically, socially, and in terms of climate. And it's all about how he's able to escape to this world. Well, I say world, it's more like a universe, Oasis, which is pretty much the internet. And as to how he's someone different within it, and how he can be kind of all the things that he wants to be. And essentially there's this like hunt for an Easter egg that's left behind by the creator of Oasis, and that's the story. That's kind of like where it kicks off. And I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I was expecting it to be alright, that part of the story, but it actually turned out really good. Like it was really well thought out, and it does kind of step back from that a little bit in some places, and there's parts in the middle that are like super, you've kind of been there before. It's really weird, but like I said, it is a quality book. Now, I am super looking forward to the film. I thought the trailer looked great. It kind of blew my mind a little bit. I wasn't expecting it to look that good. I wasn't expecting much at all. And then just seeing all the references for things like, we got Canada's Bike from Akira. We've got Harley Quinn and Deathstroke. What else did he? Freddy Krueger, Iron Giant, Christine, the van from A-Team, DeLorean, the DeLorean from Back to the Future. There's like loads of stuff in there if you look carefully in the trailer, which was really fun, and I enjoyed like discussing it with friends and that, seeing the stuff that they spotted, and like, yeah, I think it's pretty dope. But yeah, definitely check out the book. Like, I wish I could say more and like actually converse with you about it, because there's kind of so much that kind of happens and goes on, and there's loads of little bits, but it's just such a it's just me gushing about the book. It's just such a well put together book. It is like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but different. Like it says on the front cover, Willy Wonka meets the Matrix. It kind of is, and I usually hate it when I go, oh, it's this meets this, but it is kind of true. And I think that was his first book as well, and it's so good that I am going to get his second book, which is called Armada, which apparently was a lot like the Last Starfighter, the movie The Last Starfighter, which I quite enjoyed the movie, like the few times I've seen it. So if he's done a book that's kind of like been influenced by that, kind of sign me up, and I'll probably try and read that next month. But I guess I'm probably gonna try and do more actual novel book reading, just because I think there's some good sci-fi out there in written form that I've not really given myself the chance to kind of experience and read. So I think I'm going to do a bit more. I mean, trying to do like one a month, that isn't that difficult. It should be easy. I mean, that took me like 8 days to get through, and that's probably the quickest I've read kind of a novel of that size. So as long as it's snappy and it's good and it just makes me want to keep on reading it, then I think I should try and do a sci-fi book a month, because I've done stuff in the past like Ender's Game, which I really enjoyed. I thought it had some great things in there, like the whole thing with like logging into like a news network and writing essays, essentially, which was blogging. Phenomenal. I was like, no way are the blogs in this. Obviously they weren't called blogs because the book was written back in the day and all that kind of business, but it's just sometimes you'll see concepts or read concepts in books, and then years later you'll see them like kind of come true, and it's just mad. Sci-fi books are actually like, I should give them more time. Like I used to read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I read Ringworld. I didn't really enjoy that. And I was thinking of checking out, and I forget what it's called, but it's like, oh man, the book is about like a cylindrical kind of like generation ship that kind of appears near Earth or on the edge of our solar system, and so they send people off to investigate it. And I totally forgotten what the book is called, but I think I might get that as well. I think I may also get the Neuromancer trilogy. I think that's how you say it, Neuromancer, because they're like seminal sci-fi books as well, and try and get through those. But that's my plan, to kind of like start delving into more sci-fi books and seeing what they have to offer, because I've been missing out, and I've kind of neglecting it isn't helping me out in any way, shape or form. So I may as well, you know, give them a read. If they're bad, they're bad. If they're good, they're good. And obviously I'll let you know as to what I thought. But like I said earlier, minutes ago, before I started rambling, definitely get yourself Ready Player One, right? Pick it up from Waterstones, only a tenner. If you want, you can order it off Amazon for like about £6 or something like that. Just do it, because it's just such a good read, such a brilliant read. And do it before the film comes out, because the film's going to be a different beast. Anyway, like, comment and subscribe. Share if you want it as well. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.